In the twilight years of his reign, Emperor Marcus Aurelius found himself surrounded by enemies, not just on the battlefield, but within the very walls of Rome. The philosopher king, as he was often called, had spent a lifetime studying Stoicism, a philosophy that taught resilience in the face of hardship. It would be this discipline of the mind that would see him through the greatest betrayal of his life. It began with whispers, rumors in the Senate, hushed conversations in the barracks. Marcus Aurelius had long known that the power of Rome was built on a foundation of shifting allegiances. But when the treachery reached his own family, it became clear that he would need more than military might to endure. His own general, Avidius Cassius, a man he had trusted with the eastern provinces, declared himself emperor after receiving false news that Marcus had died from the plague. Though the lie was quickly disproven, the damage had been done. Cassius had crossed the Rubicon of treason, and Rome teetered on the edge of civil war. Marcus Aurelius, unlike many emperors before him, did not respond with immediate wrath. He did not seek vengeance, nor did he lash out in anger. Instead, he turned to the wisdom of Epictetus and Seneca, reminding himself that betrayal was part of the human condition. "If a man acts unjustly," he wrote in his Meditations, "it is his character that suffers, not mine." Rather than rage against the betrayal, Marcus took a different course. He saw the situation as a test of his own virtue. He chose to forgive, offering Cassius a chance to surrender peacefully. Though his advisors urged him to crush the rebellion with brutal efficiency, Marcus refused. He understood that tyranny and bloodshed only fed the cycle of violence, and he sought a higher path. Cassius, however, had underestimated both the patience of Marcus and the loyalty of Rome. Many within his ranks began to doubt the wisdom of his claim. When word spread that the emperor was alive and marching to restore order, Cassius's supporters melted away. His rebellion collapsed not through force of arms, but through its own internal contradictions. Ultimately, Cassius was murdered by his own officers, who sought to placate the emperor and avoid his wrath. When presented with Cassius's severed head, Marcus Aurelius turned away in sorrow rather than satisfaction. He had wished to show mercy, to prove that Rome's strength lay not in fear, but in justice. He lamented that Cassius had not lived long enough to learn that lesson himself. The episode solidified Marcus Aurelius's reputation as a ruler of immense patience and wisdom. His response to betrayal was not one of vengeance, but of measured justice. He understood that an emperor ruled not just with his legions, but with his example. Years later, as he lay dying on the Danube frontier, Marcus reflected on the trials of his life. Betrayal, hardship, and war had tested him beyond measure, yet he had remained steadfast in his philosophy. His Meditations, never intended for public eyes, would become one of the greatest works of Stoic thought, a testament to a ruler who lived not for power, but for virtue. Even in death, Marcus Aurelius stood as a reminder. A man cannot control the actions of others, only his own response to them. And in that, true power lies.